Many of the articles being written against Islam quote one part of a verse and then mistranslate it, corrupt it, twist it, take it totally out of context, or use translators' mistakes. But I'm going to share with you that having been a Christian for nearly 50 years, a very dedicated Christian, very much loving the Lord, I very much still to this minute love Jesus the Christ, because that tells us right in here, this is confirmation of Jesus is right here. I have no doubt in my mind, after studying this in the Arabic text, that there is anything in Islam that would underwrite acts of terrorism. All I can find in the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad, peace be upon him, are acts versus terrorism. There isn't enough time in one little lecture to cover this subject in detail. That's why I mentioned our website, so you can pick it all up over there. But quickly, I'm going to give you a couple of pointers and let you consider for yourself. The first one is when someone says, well, you know, those Muslims have been ordered to kill all the Christians and Jews wherever they find them. Wherever you find them, kill them. It says in the newspaper. And I live in Washington, D.C. area. We get the Washington Post. I pick it up. I look in there. I say, whoa, where's that in the Quran? I call him up. I say, who is the journalist that wrote this thing? Where did you get that? I'm not familiar with the verse. Oh, you know, the whole Quran's loaded with stuff like that. I said, really? Just give me one reference. They said, well, verse 191 in Surah Baqarah, the chapter called the cow. Well, it does start out exactly like they said. And kill them wherever you find them. Whoa. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And kill them wherever you find them. I'm looking at the translation called the Noble Quran by Dr. Muhsin Khan and Dr. Muhammad Hilali, published by Dar es Salaam. That's the one I use all the time. It says it, by God, they're right. And kill them wherever you find them. Whoa. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Did you hear Christians and Jews in there? I must have missed that. Let's go back and look again. And kill them wherever you find them. That could be talking about bugs. Come to think about it, it just says and. Wait a minute. When was the last time you started a sentence with the word and? Let me check this out in Arabic. How many of you know Arabic? Anybody know Arabic? Anybody? Okay, well, there's a thing in Arabic looks like a comma. It's kind of round and has a tail on it called a waw. Okay, that's the word and in Arabic. It's a conjunction to say this and this. Doesn't necessarily mean plus, like 1 + 1, but it's an and. Let's see if it says that. Wa. Yep, there it is. There's an and right there. Wa qatilu. That's what it says. Wa qatilu. I just give you the first two words. That's the ones they're quoting in the newspaper. That's my point. But when was the last time you started a sentence with and? It means there's something right before that, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Well, I don't like it when people do that, whether they're Muslim or non-Muslim. I don't like it when the men in Islam start out saying waqul. In chapter 24, verse 31, they begin to tell the women about lowering their gaze and wearing hijab. It says waqul, because they don't want to mention the verse before it that said, cool, say to the believing men to lower their gaze, to guard their private parts. They don't want to mention the men have a responsibility in this deal too. And the same way, when somebody misquotes this verse, starting out with wa, I want to go back to the verse before and find out what you're hiding from me. Let's see where it says Christians and Jews in here. What it says is they're asking you, Muhammad, about the new moons. Maybe I'm supposed to kill the moon. And they ask you, Muhammad, about the new moons. Say these are the signs to mark the fixed periods of time for mankind and for the pilgrimage, the Hajj. Am I supposed to kill all the Hajjis? And it said it's not al-bir, piety, righteousness, or taqwa, that you enter the houses from the back, but al-bir is the quality of one who fears Allah. So enter houses through their proper doors and fear Allah that you will be successful. And now we go to the next verse. And fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. Okay? And transgress not limits. Truly, Allah does not like the transgressors. And kill them wherever you find them, and turn them out from where they turned you out. And al-fitna is worse than killing. And don't fight them at Masjid al-Haram unless they first fight you there. But if they attack you, then kill them. Such is the payback for the disbelievers. Did you hear Christian or Jew in there somewhere? I'll read it again if somebody thought I said Christian. Did you hear that? The people that I heard referred to in English, it's talking about transgressors, those who fight you. So it's retaliation, yes or no? It has limits, yes or no? Don't fight them, only except when they're fighting you, and turn them out from where they turned you out. Do you remember any story about Jews and Christians turning Muslims out of somewhere? No. So this isn't what it's talking about. Not at all.